You don't wake up every morning thinking of how to love and expand Church of Union, then you're not one of its leaders yet. Leaders wake up every morning with fresh ideas and passion and vision for their chosen company, whatever they've created, whatever they're designed to be leading. There's no one running the Church of Union and making sure that it's in alignment with God and God's will and God's pace for the ascension. There is still no music department. Why? Why would the most important church that's ever existed not have a music department? Because we have insane leadership. Insane leaders stunt progress. Insane leaders, suppress Christ consciousness. Okay? I don't feel anyone really running the church. When I tune into the Church of Union, it feels like it's in a retirement energy, and everyone's just kind of sitting on their ass, waiting for someone else to lead. If you are waiting for someone else to lead, then you need to be humble when they show up. The COU leadership feels like a retirement energy, like people are retired. Traverse City is for retired people. People who are kind of done and settling down and have really earned so much wealth that they can live up there because they're not out pursuing anything anymore. It's not, Church of Union isn't grounded in any major cities. Major cities like capital cities like Madison, Wisconsin, or Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or Chicago, Illinois, the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Capital cities have faster energy that forces you to self-actualize and do better at business. We cannot have the Church of Union running from a retirement energy. It's not going to work. Everything's really slow. Everything is really it's not moving quickly. This is one of the reasons that Dan Thalen and I were called to move to Madison, Wisconsin. The Church of Union requires more city energy, where things are moving and bustling and innovative and collaborative and creative, and there's business and economy. Okay, so where's Corporate Harmony Consulting? Where's Family Harmony? Where's the Church of Union Music Department? Why are sermons only once a month? Why aren't there thousands of Ascension coaches? Why is there no physical church yet? Insane organizations weed out powerful leaders and stunt growth because they want control instead of what is best for the whole. I would love to be talking more about this in like a leadership class, but the people that I was supposed to be partnering with are doing their own thing and being really weird. They're not participating, they're sabotaging, even though it's God's will for us to do this leadership class. God presented us partnership and a pipeline, and this is what insane people do. If you look at the world and everything that's produced that you enjoy, whether it's movies or art or new shoes, anything that you enjoy consuming, someone or a team of people had to put their genius, time, and attention behind it. They had to create. Church of Union needs to be like that. Everyone should be partnering in creating new products and courses and pipelines. We should not just be selling Jeff and Shalia's work. All students need to be laying their own pipelines. I cannot believe that certain students are still in muggle jobs when they should be fully self-employed a long time ago. Everyone's gotten really comfortable with just plodding along doing the work of the day, but that's not what God is like. God provides long-term vision. If you are partnered with God, you will always be thinking long-term. It should feel excruciatingly uncomfortable to be in separation or in a day job where you're not fully self-actualizing. Church of Union has a repetitive pattern of I rise to something and then they push me down. I rise to something and then they push me down. I earn something and they take it away. I create something, they delete it. They don't use it. So this is sabotage. If I could create my own Church of Union, I would, but it's not God's will. God's will is for partnership, unity. We should have a Twin Flames Universe record label. We should have our own publishing company. We should have physical churches in every major city around the globe. There should be way more babies and families. The presence of every one of the divine companies should be felt all around the world. And this doesn't have to take time. This doesn't have to take time. The only problem is that people aren't talking to me, and it seems like they don't really talk much to each other. If you are going to lead something, you have to be in constant communication with everybody. You can't, if you are a leader, you can't hide. You have to be talking to everyone. You have to have your pulse on everything. Wake up, Church of Union. If anyone in the Church of Union had a direct relationship to their creator, to God, what they would do is they would talk to God, and God would tell them, reach out to Deanna. So what this means is no one's talking to God. And if no one's talking to God, then what are you all doing? What are you all doing? If you spoke directly to God, God would tell you to reach out to me and partner with me. Hey, God, what's the truth about what's going on with Deanna? God will answer you. If we aren't teaching people to talk directly to God, what the hell are you fucking doing? You're creating sheeple. This is not divine leadership. Sheeple aren't leaders. They're sheeple. Church of Union should be like a think tank, and we should constantly be creating fruit. Here's our cure for cancer, and this is how we're going to get it out to everyone. Here's our cure for Alzheimer's. This is how we're going to get it out to everyone. Here's our cure for trauma. This is how we're going to get it out to everyone. and you do it as quickly as possible. No one is leading the church. I wake up every morning pissed off because of how badly the church is being run. No one is leading the church. If sane people partner, sane people collaborate, sane people talk to each other. They don't hide and deceive and wait. There is no time to waste. People are suffering every day. People are suffering every day. People are committing suicide all the time. People are hurting. People are dying of Alzheimer's. People are dying of cancer. People are marrying non-twin flames and having families because they don't know what else to do. No one has informed them of this. You know that something is toxic. You know that something is toxic when people aren't just simply going out and doing their purpose and collaborating. There's all this drama. I am not impressed with the Church of Union. You can't just be like, oh, this is good enough. This is good enough. It's not. If you partner with people that God tells you to partner with, that's where the real miracle is. Miracles come through partnership and collaboration. Ego, watch mine and Dan's sermon on spiritual warfare. Ego tells you don't talk to someone that you're supposed to talk to. Ego stops progress. Ego says there's all these problems. God says focus on your partnership. God says love each other, connect, collaborate. So I'm looking at unionism.org in the blog. There are 5 blog posts on the unionism blog. And, well, this one doesn't even say who it's by. This doesn't even say who it's by. Suffice it to say, 5 blogs on the unionism blog. Do you know how many blogs we could have if you let me lead? Whoever is Minister of Communications, and by the way, I am not coming after anyone's job. I don't want to be Minister of Communications. I don't want to run MAP. So if you think I'm coming after your job, I don't want your job. I want my job that God designed me for. But what I'm very critical of is the fact that Dan Thalen has a bachelor's degree in English, and he could be writing tons of blog posts for Church of Union and TFU. And you're not partnering with him. I have a deep history of writing. I was managing editor of a student newspaper in Madison. I have been to college and studied fiction writing, creative writing, poetry. I have been part of a fiction writers workshop in Madison. And you don't want me writing things for the Church of Union blog? Do you know how many people I talk to every day who have tons of ideas for unionism, but they are traumatized or feel bullied or ostracized. You're not partnering with people. Just partner. Just create. Stop focusing on what you don't like about someone or what they did in the past. Partner and create. Nothing would get done on this planet if everyone was this picky all the time. Nothing would happen. Nothing would happen. You wouldn't be able to go to the shop and buy new sneakers if everyone in Nike was pissed off and refusing to partner because they're like, you don't do the mirror exercise, so I can't create a new sneaker with you. Fuck off. Your job is to create sneakers, not focus on upsets. If your job is to be Minister of Communications, then there should be a flood of constant blog posts. Why does the Unionism blog have 5 blog posts? Why is the music department non-existent? I have nothing but discipline for you guys. Nothing but vision and ideas and leadership and discipline. And the fact that you don't want it means you don't want more God and you don't want the church to grow. It's that simple. You would rather be right and sit in your little corner and suffocate the church and stunt it. That's what you want. You want to suffocate and stunt the church. All I want to do all day is grow the church. So to keep me out of the church means that Church of Union doesn't want more God. It doesn't want to grow. It wants to be insane and small. So there are just as many Church of Union haters in COU as there are out. There's no difference. If you kill something from the inside, you're no different than someone who kills something from the outside. You can't have leaders who try to do everything. You need to pick one thing and go all the way with it. You have to go all the way with it. So if you're running Divine Dish, you have to go all the way with it. Endless expansion of Divine Dish. If you're running MAP, you have to go all the way with it till everyone's trauma on the entire planet is healed. You can't just do a little bit of everything because nothing's going to get done. You have to go all the way with it. To stonewall me and treat me like I don't exist when all I've ever done is show up and try to love and grow the church is literal insanity, and it's actually evil. It's actually evil. God will find whatever way she can to keep breathing. God will breathe into any opening there is, but you shouldn't have to force God to burst through little cracks. If you can't get on a video call and have a back and forth conversation with me, then you just want to control me. If you can't have a back and forth conversation where you say your opinion of what's going on and then I respond, then you don't want to have a real relationship with me. You want to keep me down. You want to suppress me. You want to control me. You cannot hide and be a leader. If you avoid conflict, you're not a leader. If you can't talk to anyone, you're not a leader. You should be able to talk to anyone. Church of Union is failing. What you guys are doing is you're like, well, we're doing what we can do and that's just good enough. Okay, but there's so much more COU is capable of. We still don't have any official Sunday sermons infused with the energy of Wisconsin, Illinois, Texas, Minnesota. Unionism means we don't all live in Michigan and eat at the same time and eat the same foods and think the same thoughts and have houses next to each other. That's not unionism. Unionism is everyone's around the globe running their own churches, creating their own local communities, ascending their own local communities, having families, doing God's will for them. Church of Union is insane. You guys do some good things and you think you've got it all figured out. You don't. You don't.